Good day. So, today we will tackle about or discussing about involving context for teaching and learning. Before we start our discussion, let me introduce myself first. I'm Aimee Nikos, and this is my co-members. We have Lisa Guarin, Haniva Longakit, and Karin Badlis. Many teachers today are providing opportunities for their students to connect and learn in powerful ways. There is an increasing focus on collaboration, competencies based learning, use of open resources, project based learning, and learning environments are shifting to support these new opportunities.
Learning context is defined as the situation in which something is learned or understood, a situation that can impact how something is learned or what is taught. An example of learning context is the external learning environment, including the quality of equipment and facilities and the training level of the teacher. If we choose the right context, the learner brain will learn to recognize the trigger condition for the ability and the elements that can change without affecting the requirement to execute. This also includes situations that suggest how to adapt the skill to different situations where it is still relevant. Constructivism principles drive decision making. According to Dewey, 1916, 390, that learning involves an act of personal construction, and that knowledge is the creation of meaning based on the experience of the learner. Those constructivists assert that learners are active participants in their own learning rather than passive receivers. Cocteau, 1993, b. 24, of knowledge imparted to them by teacher and others. For this reason, constructivists consider the ability of the student to create a personal focus or perspective on a subject or topic as the hallmark of his or her understanding and learning. Constructivism is based on the idea that people actively construct or make their own knowledge, and that reality is determined by your experience as a learner. Constructivism is crucial to understand as an educator because it influences the way all of your students learn. In this picture, it represents that the classroom activities interact the learners and motivate them to learn new ideas. Classroom activities are very important for teaching learning process because it encourages learners and helps them in fulfillment of their learning in specified time.
The focus on process implications for teaching and learning. The constructivist concern for process has created a shift in what is considered curricular content that is a concern for the process involved in learning as well as, or in some cases, as opposed to a concern for the final product or project. For this reason, instructional designs and educational constructivists tend to promote employ the use of multi-stage curricular units. Implementing instruction in this way provides opportunities for students to engage in authentic problem-solving activities rather than through traditional and generic instructional sequences that proceed without reference to learners or context. Presenting information-seeking activities in the form of a comprehensive model is important in that it helps students gain and understand the overall process as well as the relationships of specific sub-skills within the processes as a series of instructional experiences. Three stages of effective teaching. First stage of a lesson, framed in this way, the learner receives assistance in completing a task and comes to understand what is involved in carrying out. This stage is a planning stage or a pre-active phase. It is the planning phase of instructional act. The foundation of this phase is set through the establishment of some kind of goals or objectives and discovering ways and means to achieve those objectives. Second stage. The learner completes the task independently by following the directions and managing the process for herself or himself. This stage is a execution stage or interactive phase. Knowing the learners, after having a feeling of class, size the teacher makes effort to know how much the newcomers or pupils have previous knowledge. He tries to know the abilities, interests, and attitudes and academic background of learners. Third stage. The various aspects of this task are integrated. The learner having internalized the learning so that his or her responses and skills are automatic. So this stage is evaluation cum feedback or post-active stage.
Active learning, new direction and frameworks. The emphasis on the students' control of the learning task extends to include metacognitive process in which students monitor the activities, reflect on their experience, and evaluate their own progress in learning. Peer tutoring, brainstorming, and collaboration between and among class members all call for students to contribute to their learning communities and play mentoring roles as well. This provides practice in monitoring the self and others and in giving feedback. Activities similar to those they will encounter with entering the real world of work.
Motivating today's learner. It shows that students who are motivated enjoy not only the benefit of higher academic achievement, but also other less obvious benefits. These include more positive emotionality, higher self-esteem, and greater creativity. Motivating others can increase their self-confidence, their self-esteem. Just saying a encouraging word just to make them happy or smile and the result of that is they're enjoying the things that they do or they like, and most especially is motivating yourself, because no other than can motivate you but only yourself, and that's what matters. Why context is important in teaching. Context is important because for students will be able to transfer new knowledge and understanding. They have a knowledge on how it can be used. Here they say, for transfer to occur, students must know how to apply what they have learned to new students, to new situation or problems, and they must know when it applies. And once again, good day. Thank you for watching.